So, hey, my name's Peter. I'm 38 years old. Not born but bred in Hamilton. Spent most of my life here. Went through the school system, through university, married a beautiful woman called Sarah, and we now have almost 5 kids. Number 5 is due in September. Growing up, I was really lucky in that I was raised in a Catholic family, and a very loving Catholic family. We prayed a lot. I went to Catholic schools. I had lots of Jesus in my life. But I really felt growing up too that there was something missing at the core, and I never really knew what it was. But in those kind of quiet moments, more often than not, I'd be sort of wondering, yeah, is it real? Is it really real? And it wasn't until I left school and went to a wonderful summer school called Hearts of Flame that I actually found out through some very, very smart people the answer to that question. The answer's been there for centuries, and the answer is kind of interesting in that you can find out that God is real, not through faith necessarily. That's a good path, and we need to go down that, absolutely, but also through reason, and just through understanding and logically thinking through, using the world around us, using our brains, using just the senses that God gave us to reason through that, yes, there has to be a creator of reality. There has to be that uncaused cause, the cause of everything, the reason for existence. And that just awoke in my mind, as well as my heart, to the fact that, wow, this is actually something that is it's not just nice and happy and fluffy. This is actually something that defines reality. And it's not something to be trifled with, and it's not something little. That really allowed me to accept that God is real. And at that point, I was able to then realize that, and God is not just this huge, all-encompassing, massive thing that created existence and is sort of an uncaring, crazy entity outside of the universe. He came into our universe and came in as a human, as a person, as a little baby, and he helped us fix up all the stuff that we screwed up, and he loves us, and he taught us to call his Father Papa. And then I started being able to encounter him and really as a friend, as someone who loves me. It's kind of interesting, I think, that the motto for the Hamilton Diocese is live the truth in love, and for a long time I think the love stuff was really there. We have to love God. We have to love Jesus. Jesus loves you. Yes, great. But you can't really love what you don't know. And you want to know what you love. So one stems from the other. And I really love that motto of the Hamilton Diocese, because I think the beauty is in the balance of both. One leads to the other. And so, of course, the more, after I came through that realization, the more that I learned about Christ, the more I loved him. And then the more I loved him, the more I wanted to learn about him. I started to be able to not just go through, hey, let's do the rosary, cool, done, let's go to Mass, tick, all right, sweet. But actually sit down and those quiet times, just me and the Lord, as I would sit down with a mate and a friend and open my heart to him, and he opens his to me. Those are the most important times of the day. And if I don't get those done, nothing else really works. Being able to have that depth of understanding, and that everything I do in service for my family and my work, I'm doing it in the existence that God created, in the reality that he created for us, in order for us to be able to experience him and learn to love him, and then finally be with him in the world, next world after this.